Welcome back, everybody. Wow. Wow. I bet you didn't think we'd be back so soon, given our current pace of uploads, our current upload rate. But here we are. It's Monday. When this comes out, it'll be Monday, recording the night prior. What about you, Lorenzo? Are you shocked to see us here together?
Real talk. People keep asking me. They're asking me. They're like Mike, when I did a show, he was like, "So you got a show? I haven't been invited on." I'm like, "Hey, man.
Yeah.
We're figuring out schedules." I was like,
before the problem was that we couldn't.
We were working on the rebrand.
We're working on the rebrand. We couldn't come back. Now he and people like him are gonna face a different problem where we're booked out now. Who was Mike? Good luck getting on our show. Is all I have to say. Get in line. April's around the corner. Maybe we could have something for you in April. No, it's really a combination of we only have so many nights that we can get together and record, and fortunately, like you're saying, so many people have reached out about doing it. We put out a call and they responded on Instagram, and so now we're all set this month. If people drop out, we'll keep everybody in mind, but this is very low stakes. This is not going to change your life. It has not changed our lives, and we're the ones who do this full time. We're
waiting for the right combination.
We're doing it for the dream. Don't get us wrong. We have faith that we'll turn it, but it is not. This is nothing. There's no prestige to the L&C podcast.
So, let me tell you, you need a well-balanced team of 6 Pokemon to beat the Pokemon League. Mm-hmm. So once the right guest comes on here and shares our shit the same way that we should be doing, that's when it all happens. Because we're not explaining the idea. I mean, they seem interested. They did follow me on Insta, and I follow back. I'm going to hit them up, keep the communication, yada, yada.
You put it perfectly. It's the fact that we don't advertise this nearly well enough.
Definitely not.
If we just started making clips, our clips do and we have a guest. I'm keeping them waiting for some reason. I don't know why, so that we can talk about how we don't make clips of this. But long story short, we are booked out. So if you want to do the podcast, please DM me or Lorenzo, or email us at lncpod@gmail.com. And we'll get on it. We'll figure out a month, maybe next month or May to record. Before we go any further, this is something we need to do as well. What do you think I'm going to say? Because we don't do this. It might help.
Don't do it.
It might help. Please subscribe. Please, if you're watching, you're here already. What's it going to hurt for you to hit that like button? What is it hurting? If anything, you're helping. You get to feel good about yourself because you're helping 2 guys, again, who are doing this on their own dime, on their own time. Time is money, so they're really the same. And it's killing me. I haven't been to the doctor in a while, but I have a feeling he's going to say that I have 10 days to live because of the stress that this gives me. Just today, I had to go all the way across town, back to my own house. I was stressed to go home. I was stressed to stop doing something away from home to go home because of this. It was a bad idea to do this out of my bedroom, out of the one sanctuary I'm supposed to have in this life. I decided to turn it into a workplace, into a literal office. I have an office workstation. It's right next to my bed where I sleep. So
it's so convenient.
It's convenient at a cost, at a great cost, which is why I dread going home. So knowing that there's work to be done. But please, you're here. It'd mean the world to us if you did, and if you subscribed. And if you want to go to that extra mile on YouTube and hit that notification bell, YouTube or Spotify or Apple Podcasts, so that you're notified about our uploads, that would just be that would be peachy of you. That would really, and if you don't like peaches, I'm sorry. You can just leave. You have my permission to downvote this episode if you dislike peaches. I hope we have a peach loving audience, or else I'm gonna cry. That's really all I have to say. Anything else at top of show?
I hope we're popular in Georgia then.
I hope so too. Yeah. Although my significant other at the moment is from Georgia and doesn't like peaches. Strangest thing. It's the weirdest thing ever. We had this discussion last night. We were having apple pie. It's like, how do you feel about peach cobbler? And he goes, I don't know. And you're from Georgia. What are you talking about?
That's suspicious.
I'm going to bring in our guest. I'm so excited, y'all. And I haven't seen this person even to this day, even as I say this, because they don't have a camera, sadly, but we will be having a discussion with a real person who's joined us, somebody who I'm curious about. I just have questions banked in the dome up here. I don't usually have to write stuff down. Not this time. I'm just going to sit back and kind of just go with the flow of what I'm feeling, what I've been wondering this whole time. And maybe we can all answer some questions we've had in our own heads throughout the history of this show by interviewing this person. I'm pleased to introduce Lorenzo Sr. Lorenzo's father is here.
How's it going?
How's it going? Yes, sir. Oh, my word. Thank you for being here. There's a little applause for you. I'm really slow with the sounds. You'll have to forgive me. But thank you for joining. Where are you joining us from?
I'm in Princess Anne, Maryland.
Princess Anne? Okay. How far is that from Salisbury?
Like 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I have family from there, and the little I know about the area should be very telling as to how much I keep in contact with those family members, if that makes sense. I couldn't tell you where Princess Anne is before you said so, if it was even in this country. That sounds like some English nonsense across the pond, and I would have been fine to keep it that way. But you're telling me it's 10 minutes away from my relatives is what you're saying? Hey. Or less. I'll take your word for it. And I appreciate you joining us from there. Are you calling in from a laptop or phone, I take it?
Laptop.
Laptop, got you. Okay, so you've got a setup of your own over there. Good. Well, so how long have you known about this show? About our little thing here?
This was earlier last year. I started hearing Lorenzo talk about it, Junior talk about it, and other family, he's doing these comedy shows through the week, and it's not been working with my schedule, but I'm gonna have to work something out so I can make one.
Definitely.
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing him in action on stage, man. I wonder,
How alarming is that to have found out that Lorenzo's doing comedy, or that he's on stage at all? Were you surprised to hear, or not shocked? How did you feel?
I wouldn't say surprised, because
really?
I wouldn't say surprised about him being on the stage. I think he's been trying to find his way on stage for a long time. From a teenager, he was into writing music, and so I think a lot of things that he's been doing has been leading towards the stage. So definitely not surprised.
Yeah, I guess getting to know Lorenzo over the past 3+ years, I would say it makes sense now. Kind of like it was all clicking, and as I started to embark on this myself, I knew it would fit like a glove for him. And have you heard any of our music that we've made together? Oh, okay, I take that as a yes, and I'm sorry. And really, Apologies. If you have, it's bad.
No, no apologies needed. I mean, it's not supposed to sound like the next artist. Every artist.
Yeah, but it's not supposed to sound like how it turned out either. I want to make that was not the vision.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah,
the great ones didn't start. Didn't start great. They had to work towards it. You guys are doing it right.
You got to start at the bottom, and we started in the depths of hell. It seemed, and we're still trying to crawl our way out. But getting to know Lorenzo when we were working at the grocery store together in Blacksburg, when the pandemic hit, when COVID happened, we were locked inside. And then locked at work, and it was pretty much those two places. And when we would get together safely, looking for things to do, we started making like sketches and stuff. And that's kind of when I realized, oh, this is like a little theater kid or somebody who's got like creative ambition that I didn't know about really prior. But if I was just like looking at Lorenzo on the street, kind of like I was coming into that job without prior knowledge or anything, I don't know. You're a funny dude, but you seem to like, I don't know, you almost seem to like take yourself seriously. I just wouldn't have pictured you to be the type of person to be like a creative personality or want to, put stuff out there.
I'm very, I like to look, I like to repel people. I like to,
We'll cut that out, don't worry.
Leave it in.
We cut 10 to 12 of those out every episode. Nothing new to see here.
When I'm out in public, I like to repel people. I feel like I haven't been doing it lately. I'm in the midst between promotion mode, and I feel like that's making people I'm too approachable right now. I've got to get out of constant promotion mode. I've got to go back to people repelling,
Mm-hmm. And
but then also I'm at work, so
and we've talked about that before. Like, I think that's sort of and that's kind of where we got along. We have sort of a general, like a similar outlook when it comes to other people, and like a general disposition. Like I keep to myself. I'm not really big on interacting with strangers or people like that. So this seemed weird for me to get into comedy and get into entertainment and try to carve out a path. But when we realized we were aligned in our sort of creative visions and that we both wanted to make goofy music, we both were interested in seeing what a podcast would look like with all the recording equipment. Now we're both interested in meeting comedians and trying to keep up with them and be half as funny as they are. It all makes sense now. And I guess what I was trying to ask you earlier was, how long have you known Lorenzo to be like creative, and what were the things that you saw him doing that made you think, oh, he's going to want to do bigger things in this field?
Well, I mean, creativeness, like I said, it was fairly average in the beginning. Video games and just the basic young boy, and but it was the music and how serious he took that, and he and wanting you to listen to the music. And how long have you been making music for, Lorenzo?
Because I remember you showing me some like super duper old stuff when you like didn't have hair or whatever. Yeah. I've only known Lorenzo to have hair, so that was shocking.
Yeah, that was when he was still that was when he was still in high school. So.
Okay, so is that kind of when it started in high school, or even earlier?
It may have been middle school or maybe the first year of high school, but it was
okay.
Yeah, it was definitely in school. So
it was like ninth grade. Yeah,
ninth grade. Okay, yeah. I would say for me it was more like sixth grade when I started making my own stuff. But I had been doing music from a very young age, like piano lessons and stuff like that from like elementary school, preschool, I'm going to say. So very, very early. But all this stuff, like podcasting, comedy, that's a new advent. But I did theater 1 year in high school, my senior year, and I did drama as like an elective, I want to say like 2 or 3 years in high school. So that's kind of when all that started. But okay, high school. So again, pretty similar wavelengths. When did you learn Lorenzo was insane, though? When did you figure that out? Because you had to at some point. I just want to know when.
Well, when his mother said, "I'm pregnant with your son."
Oh boy! So are you attributing that to Lorenzo's mom? Again, I don't know if I said this to the top friend of the show. We had Lorenzo's mom on a year ago or so. She showed her face. She had her camera on, mind you. So she's a brave woman coming out here. If you're saying people think she's crazy, she wanted to prove otherwise. No. I get that. Just probably the way he kicked inside of her stomach was probably off. He was probably doing like Morse code or something. Just strange behavior. He's a strange guy. Vegan. Something went wrong. Something went haywire. Are you a vegan, Mr. Senior? Lorenzo Sr.? No. Okay.
No.
Good. Okay, good. At least you can maintain some sort of generational pride. Oh boy, I just had Five Guys before. I will never understand somebody who can't enjoy that. That's just
first off, I could get the fries. They just dump the fries in there. I could get the fries.
And that's what I did. But mine had a burger hidden inside. Like the prize or like the toy in the McDonald's, like an Easter egg hunt, exactly, with all the Easter confetti. And I reached down in there. It's a big ass heart attack in tinfoil that I put down.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So, yeah, I want to understand that. I bet you can't either. What are some other crazy or otherwise, notable things you've seen Lorenzo do up to this point that, kind of took you for a loop or by surprise, or that you're proud of?
Not many loops. He was really a good kid coming up. He was real considerate. It was real odd. We really couldn't force things on him. He counted our money more than we did, and not because he wanted it, but because he didn't want us to have to spend money on him. And that was like, we'd have to tell him, look, it's not that bad. Let us know these things. So he was always considerate and into saving he once he makes his mind up to do something, he's going to see it through. If he doesn't like it, then he may redirect, and it'll be a plan B. But I remember he was RTC in school, and he said he was going into the military. He wasn't even 18 years old when he left to go into the military. I remember myself and his mother had to sign because he wasn't 18 when he left, and so he's always said, well, this is what I want to do, and I saw him, give it his best until he felt that, it was enough, or he just lost interest or whatever the case was. But he's always followed through. He's all so I mean, no loops. Only proud moments with him.
There you go. That must be nice to hear, right?
Yeah.
Is that all stuff you hear often, or did I kind of blow your mind just now?
I feel like between black households and men, we don't really like compliment each other and stuff like that, in a general sense.
That's why it's good to, get in an environment like this with a sort of mediator or somebody who's going to ask the questions that you might not be brave enough to, or bring up the subjects that don't necessarily come up organically in a private situation, even though it would seem like those would be the things you'd be talking about most in private. But you're talking about a black household. I mean, it's the same with me and my dad. And my dad's, I don't know if you remember this, pretty white. And the thing about that is, I think it's just a father-son thing, truly. And my dad, he's told me he's proud of me on several occasions, but it's not often like you get the breakdown and go into detail of like, and this, I've seen him do this, and this is where I thought you blew me away here. You don't get the play-by-play of what impresses your parents usually on a day-to-day basis. So it's always nice to get it on record, which is why we have that here. It's one utility of the podcast here, of our project. We'll get my dad on here ASAP because I like the way
gotta get Roger on.
Real quick, I'm just going to stop down for 1 sec here just to make sure we're running. I see something. And we're back. Now we're back. Just wanted to make sure. We've had it in the past where I'll look down and something looks frozen or something, and then we end up losing half an hour of footage just because of like a technical oversight. So I just want to make sure I'm okay to chunk it out. But that's good to hear. That's excellent that you've sort of always been proud of him. And the way you described having to sign Lorenzo up for the Army, sign him over because he wasn't 18. My parents had to do the same thing, except I didn't make it through basic, so thankfully they got me right back. They got
return to sender.
The return to sender, exactly. But no, it's strikingly similar to a point, and then I think we diverge, and then come back where we met. In Blacksburg. So what are you doing for fun, sir? What's there to do in I already forgot where St. Anne? What's the name of the place? Princess Anne. Princess Anne. There we go. I told you I don't know where my family lives. I don't know.
Still, I mean, I'm a family man. I do a lot. Well, I'm into my Harley. I ride Harleys, and I ride with a good group of guys. I'm a member of a club.
Oh wow! Like a motorcycle club.
Yeah, MC club. Yeah.
Is this the full-on like pool tables, darts, cigars?
I mean, each club has their own little thing and whatnot. But so I mean,
like, are we going to see you on a reality TV show about?
I mean, I'm not sure. I can't say no. I can't say yes. I mean,
okay. So not yet. When a film crew was following you for months on end, but not yet. Okay.
Yeah, it's it's a popular club. I know that there are chapters all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's.
Can you? Is that like a secret thing, kind of like the Freemasons, or is it more kind of out there? You can talk about it, kind of what goes on.
Not really talk about it.
Oh, so it is secretive. Oh my. Yeah. Okay. How much can I get out of you right now? I guess would be my question. Because I like secrets. And I don't know if you know how the show works. Nobody watches it. We put it out. Hey, the goal is for it to get seen. Hasn't happened yet. Nobody's looked at it. So your secrets are safe with us for now. And then I can just delete this episode later, which I've done for at least one person, a pastor. And when he became a pastor, he asked me to strike it from the record, all of his conversations with us, which I respected. So, that's cool. How long have you been a part of that?
About 6 months.
What?
6 months. Yeah, it's new.
Wow.
I've been acquainted with a lot of the guys from the club, and
Acquainted just because of the work you do on your own bike.
Just kind of, and just, a lot. Some of them I went to school with, just kind of grew up with, or work with, or
Got
something
you.
like that, and it's been a few conversations over the years about me joining, and and just finally one day, I kind of showed up to a meeting, kind of have more understanding of what it was all about, because I enjoy riding my bike, doing my own thing, so before I wanted to be a part of something, I just wanted to have more understandings, and I actually took time out one day and kind of sat with the guys, and it sounded like the kind of brotherhood that you would want to be a part of if you're gonna commit to something, so.
I've always thought of these as like kind of military adjacent. Is that the case with your club?
There's discipline.
But is it former military? I meant.
Some are.
A lot of veterans,
but not every member.
Okay, is this predominantly black motorcycle club?
The particular club that I am in, it has it's not at this moment.
Not yet. Okay, so this isn't like a black run chapter. Got you. And it is a chapter, for
the most part, it is black.
Oh, okay. I see. So majority black. Got you. And this is a chapter, so that means it's a part of a larger national group.
Nation, yeah, it's a large nation. Yeah, it's just like I said, it's just chapters and kind of all over the world, state to state.
What's the name of the national group?
The name of the MC club. It's Thunder Guard.
Thunder Guard. Okay, I don't know anything. You could have said the Vroom Vroom Boys, and I would have bought it.
Yeah.
Thunder Guard. Okay.
Thunder
Very good. And so that's good. Are you paying dues to your chapter to be a part of it, or is it kind of like you're in, and that's that?
Well, we do a lot of stuff. We do a lot of stuff. The chapter with places that we may go. Like we'll go to different places. The bike weeks and stuff like that. So a lot. So. Everything. Everything. There are dues. You go into church, you're paying dues.
Yeah.
Everything is ran by money. So it's an organization. It's it's a business. It's a club. So we make money, and and it benefits the whole. It benefits the whole club with with the kind of work we do. We make money. A lot of these guys are. Business owners themselves individually. Right. So these are, honorable, respectable men.
And I guess kind of what I meant by that is having a bike and wanting to participate in the group enough, or does it come with like a monthly membership fee? You know what I mean? Because most clubs.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like I said, it's pretty much everything that you're a part of. Comes with
gotcha.
Type of,
I see.
Some type.
Because if it was just the bike,
you got to keep the lights on, because you're not a real organization if you don't have a building that you all can.
Oh, not to say that there's a problem with charging each member. No. I'm curious as to how you enlist, how you become a member, or how you get conscripted, or.
Yeah, you can't just show up and say, well, I want to be a part of this. It's not that simple. And there's some people that are accepted and some people that are rejected.
And you don't have to go into the whole secret business of the acceptance process. Right. But who was it that? Was this something that you sought out yourself, or did somebody sort of say, "Hey, this is going on over here. We see you at the shop with your bike a lot. This might be something you're interested in," or was it something that you sort of looked into yourself?
I'm sure it's possible that it may have happened like that with someone, but like I said, being familiar with a lot of the members and kind of knowing them personally, I've had conversations,
Yeah.
and then there were different times, some members pulled up and and say, hey, that I didn't know, and say, hey, do you ride with anyone, and so and you kind of go from there. But there are a lot of MC clubs, on the shore and and over and around the world that so you'll get approached if you got some nice wheels, you got some nice wheels and a little style to you, somebody's gonna want to, hey, are you interested, so.
And that brings me to my next question about this, and then we can move on. But I mean, really, what's top of mind for me, did you already have kind of a leather jacket collection, or are you building that now?
You know what? We don't even wear leather.
Really?
We don't wear leather.
Really? That's a shame, because that seems to be like the vest, at least, or something, vest with a t-shirt underneath, bandana, sunglasses. I'm painting a picture that we're all familiar with, right? That's the American biker.
Yeah, well, I guess that would make us like everybody else, So.
You're setting yourself apart, is what you're saying? The Thunderbirds are different? They're not like other girls? Thunderguard. Pardon. Yeah, no, I couldn't even remember where you said you're from, so it's going to take me a few. I've been awake so long today, you wouldn't even believe. But Thunderguard. But you don't have do you have a dress code, or is it kind of?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Like
So, but it's not going to be leather jackets and
all MC clubs do not have dress codes.
Okay.
We're considered. There's some clubs that are. They're different. I mean, they're just basically different. The rules are different for some people, and some clubs, and and all in all, we're considered an outlaw club. So
Yeah. And Lorenzo Jr., feel free to chime in with anything. Don't let me do all the talking here, because
I'm just taking in the information. I'm just listening.
He's not curious about it at all. It seems like he's not. He doesn't care. You've been invested in all of his ventures, and but it's a snooze fest when it comes to the Thunderguard, it seems like.
I got a good back.
Are you curious at all? We gotta. Okay.
I'm learning everything. Oh,
so you're learning
here with you.
You're learning. Okay.
Right here with you.
How often do you two talk? Like, if you could put, like, is it every couple months?
It's say once in a while.
Once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you on? We don't have to get too deep into it, but are you guys on like generally good terms?
I'd say yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or is this going to be like a Dr. Phil moment? Am I going to have to break the mustache out?
Shave your head.
I'll do it. Maybe somebody will watch if that's what it takes. I'll do it for the views. But no, seriously, you guys have a good relationship, would you say? I mean, be honest.
He's been his own man since he was 17 years old. I haven't had to feed him or clothing or anything, So I mean, it's kind of hard to, find room to have any issues with that. He hasn't lived under my roof since he was 17 years old.
Wow.
He's lived on his own. He went to the military at 17, and he he retired. But from there, he had his own plans, and he didn't have any concerns about making it, So, he hasn't needed me, other than to just be there when he needs me, So
that is awesome.
So he's been his own man, holding his own, never been needy.
Yeah.
Never been needed.
And that is so cool to hear too. And and seriously, how I was saying at the top, like Lorenzo and I's lives, even though like we didn't always know each other, I feel like they sort of converged at points and then split apart at other points. And what you just described couldn't be more of like a split between us, because I got kicked out of the military, or dropped on basic training, and I've lived with my parents ever since. I feel and I've just been super duper dependent on just where to live. I got in legal trouble recently, and my dad had to bail me out. It's just a mess. I'm really just beholden to my parents, and I'm a 24-year-old man, so I don't take any pride in saying that. But that is, that really is truly, that's a point of pride, and I can hear that as you divulge it, that you are really proud of the fact that you don't even really have to worry about what your son's up to or what he's going to ask for, or is he in jail today? None of that, because it seems like you're pretty independent. He's got a child of his own in his lap, right? I mean, look at him.
I was about to say, hold on, wait. No,
do you ever get to see your granddaughter? Really? Do you have visitation rights?
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time with her.
Okay, good. And you have a grandson too, right? Is he back there?
Yeah.
I don't see him now.
I don't know. Now the grandson, I don't know anything about.
Yeah. He's crazy. He's a wild card. He's going to be independent pretty soon here. Just because I think he's going to get kicked out of the house. It seems like he's been acting up. He's going to be put out on the street. Oh man.
Look, there's mice and birds out there. The other outside cats
can fend for
having
himself.
a time. So he's gonna be good.
There we go. We'll just let him loose in DC. He'll have a field day. We'll turn into Garfield.
God, bruh.
If he doesn't get killed by him.
Yeah, the rats are the same size.
I was just out with Jenner after the last Fat Pete's, Mike, and we were talking on the street corner. And I just, out of the corner of my eyes, like, that has to be a rat. As I'm like, imagine I'm talking to somebody, I'm looking directly at them, and I can just see movement. I see like big animal movement. I'm like, there's no way that cat's moving way too fast. Like nothing's here to alert it. So I say it has to be, and then sure enough, like 2 or 3 rats run by on the sidewalk that are all like kitten sized. It's insane. And with the weather the way it is now, how it's like getting a little warmer out, the nights are cool. These things are shameless. These rats. We were in New York. Duncan and I, we went to New York. We're just going to talk rats now, if that's okay with you. I feel like that's a natural pivot to just how crazy big rats are now. We went to New York, and several times just see rats running around. Not a big problem, not any more than you would see in DC. And it was cold when we made that trip, so they weren't like out and about. We saw a lot of pigeons. The pigeons were crazy. We need to do something about those. We need nets. We need some sort of we need to arm the citizens with like tasers or whatever.
Okay.
Blow darts, whatever it takes to just these pigeons almost took us out. Several times they'll swoop down. They don't give a shit who's walking.
Like the fucking seagulls at Ocean City. They're the same damn way.
Really?
Yeah, they be flying around because people have food.
Because they throw food
or some shit. Yeah. They be all around, and I'm like, it makes me uncomfortable because I'm like, when I was in high school, I was almost home. A bird fucking shit on my the side of my ear before. I'm like, yo, what, bruh?
Not on the body.
Yeah, son. Oh my fucking god.
I've been shit on my head, but not my. In which I feel like my hair kind of saved me. I would have shot myself if it was just on skin, like direct skin contact.
Oh my god. That was so nasty. Like, oh my gosh. You don't forget getting shit on,
Yeah. And you can't get vaccinated quick enough after an event like that. Like it's like you're on the phone. You're on the phone with patient first within seconds. If you care about yourself.
It's shit on me.
That's crazy. I got it. So the whole shit on me thing. I was 18 years old, so I live with my grandmother. Grandmother raised me.
Yeah.
I didn't go to college. I didn't go to the military. I didn't do none of that. You got to get a job. So. I didn't want to go to this place, but I went to Purdue and Accomack, chicken.
That's right. Wow.
Right. So very first, I go, I do the interview, go through the process, I get the job. So the very first day I show up to work, and they give you these hair nets and everything,
and the big rubber gloves and all that, right?
Yeah, all that. So, so I put all this stuff on, I'm getting it as soon as I step out of the car. As soon as the very first day, I never even made it inside. As soon as I got out of the car, the bird shit on me,
the chickens.
But they're like seagulls that be like because of like the odor and all of the crap. It's like all like seagulls be flying around.
Really? Like so, they think there's like dead animals in there for them to eat.
I don't know what they're thinking, but I know when I stepped out of the car, as soon as the very first day on the job, so I really wasn't anxious to kind of return. It was a sign.
So you quit then and there. You didn't really make it much further.
Didn't make sense to me.
Hey, yeah. If you look at that, if you look at that as like a sign from above.
Yeah, that's amazing. Come on, that's the first day. These people. I know these people have been here, for years. Some people have been here for years. There's no way. There's no way that this is the way it works, and if it is, I don't want no parts of it.
My great grandmother, great aunts, all of them, in that factory. And that was just their 9 to 5. That's what they did. I had no idea about it until fairly recently that like my whole mom's side of the family basically came from that chicken plant, and it's no joke. You drive past there and it smells like shit's going down.
Yeah. It smells like shit's not going down because that bitch is stocked up and it's not flushing.
It is bad. It's like a waste treatment plant almost. The way it smells.
Fucking terrible, bro.
Like water treatment. Well, I'm glad you didn't have to really experience that, and you dodged that bullet. For sure. I couldn't imagine like just being in that environment day in and day out. And like I talk to people about my job now, and they can't understand being in freezers all day at the temperatures that I deal with or that I dealt with. I'm in a new department now. It's basically a desk job. I'm flying real high. I'm doing just fine now, but to be like, I'm in a slaughterhouse. I got to deal with this smell that I can only imagine the sounds, just the whole environment.
I hear it pays well.
Does it now?
And you get paid weekly. That's what I hear.
Yeah. Well, I think you have to, just to keep people. You'd have to. There's no other way to operate it now. But before, I don't think it really paid jack. It was kind of like
wasn't.
That was sort of like the entry-level job in the area, and one of the biggest ones.
It never paid what it was worth to do. It always paid more than the rest of the crap in there.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah,
you got to incentivize it somehow, because there's no convincing like regular people that this is worth it unless you need some money.
Come hang here fucking 8 hours a day for less than, Walmart or some shit. And it's like, Walmart's not great, but does it smell like shit,
It's not like this.
Yeah, that'd be wild. They ain't got no choice but to pay more.
I don't think when I went to back then when I was 18, I went to the Purdue Walmart. I don't know. Was Walmart even here?
That's the thing. Yeah, there was no. From what I understand, there was no big, job provider. Really, there was no competition. So it's kind of like you get one of like the handful of surrounding jobs when one of them opens, or here's this, with open arms. It's like, and it pays just a little cut above. Nothing crazy, but at least it's here. If you need a job like that, you can get one.
It's available. Available.
But these ladies, yep, my Gigi and all her sisters, my aunts, they were in there day in and day out. And then my cousin Marcia ended up, oh my gosh, with like Sodexo, I want to say, for like commissary and stuff. Like the people who do, the vendors who do like military commissary, cafeteria food. Yeah, that was I guess another big thing. I don't know what military apparatus is out that way, but apparently Sodexo is big out there. Yeah, but these rats were something. They were something in New York, because during the day you didn't see a lot. We didn't take the metro, so we didn't really see any in the subway, which from what I understand, it's pretty bad in the New York subway system. The rats are just kind of like there to stay.
I mean, the rats is just one part, but that's just one fucking thing.
Yeah, but we went to Starbucks to charge our phones because we were getting to a point. We'd been out all day walking around. We needed a place to stop and like rest our feet and charge our devices, so we stopped at the Starbucks. It's pretty late at night. It had to be like 9:30 or 10 p.m. and it was super dark. And just out of nowhere, there's maybe one other customer in the lobby and 2-3 baristas working. We just hear someone shriek at the top of their lungs, like ah, like out of nowhere. And we look up. The other customer in there is kind of like freaked the fuck out. Oh, there you are! Wow, we got the camera on.
We done figured it out.
I want to. Let's see if I.
Oh, I think you muted. Yeah, we can't hear you.
There we go.
There we go.
Whoa! I got you on the screen now. Perfect. I'm glad I set that up anyway. And now we can actually show you. Welcome.
Yeah.
This is great. Wow. I'm just going to wrap this up because this is not important. And now the whole story is basically ruined because this is way more eventful, you being on the screen, than any dumbass rat story. Anyway, the biggest, blackest barista was the one that screamed like a little girl because he went out to get to take the trash out. They just put the trash on the street in New York right at the end of the night, and that's all he had to do. He went out there and he saw, I guess, the biggest rat he'd ever seen. He saw one in the trash that was already out there, and he screamed and like threw his hands up. But then immediately he covered his mouth. He went, "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to scream." Because again, this is like the biggest, toughest looking dude in the whole place. Screamed like a fucking 9-year-old. It was very fun. And then his mega gay like Asian manager, the floor manager of the Starbucks, was like, "You're afraid of a rat? We're in New York. Like, what is wrong with you?" And he basically put him to shame.
Look, just because you stay in Texas don't mean you can't be afraid of tarantulas. I don't fuck it though. Mm-hmm. Just because you stay in Kansas don't mean you can't be scared of tornadoes. I don't know.
And then a little bit later, we went to get some Korean hot dogs, like corn dogs, basically, with like potatoes on the outside and all that, And we sat down in like a outdoor canopy area, and there was just a little baby rat, just doing its thing, like not afraid of anybody, just picking up crumbs off the ground. They don't care about they know they're safe. They know no one's like messing with them. And this Asian girl just started crying basically because this mouse was so brazen with its shit right in the open. I guess she thought it shouldn't exist. I don't know, but
She's like, "This how y'all live? This how y'all live out here?"
But I'm like, you can't, like you're saying, you could be in Texas but not be cool with like snakes or what. But I mean, you're in New York. You got to learn to live with it. You know, this can't be like an event every time you see one.
Them things do get big though, you know. It's like when something's, I mean, it's not abnormal for there, but when, you know, if you come from somewhere else and then you go there and they like as big as a cat or something or a dog.
And I mean, the one with the lady though, that was like a grabbable moment. It was just a little baby. It was cute, you know. You imagine it with a little filter on or something. You could turn it into something positive, or she could have, but for some reason she was just beside herself at the fact that, oh my God, it's right here.
Oh my God.
Yeah. They're everywhere, sweetheart. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, it's getting bad in DC though. It's getting really bad, and with the weather changing, they're coming out.
Oh yeah, they're coming out in big numbers. Warm again.
Yeah, like I said, it was last Monday or whatever. We were out there, just 2 to 3 at a time. At maybe like 11 p.m., they're just all out on the sidewalk, frolicking, having a great time, making like cat style musicals and shit. Oh man. How late? We've been going almost an hour now. Yeah, we won't go much longer. It's good that we got you on the screen, though. I wish I could enlarge your screen, but I can't. I don't have that capability yet, but we got you in between us. Is there anything else that you want to talk about in particular, sir, that we didn't kind of hit on or touch on?
I said I didn't know how it was gonna go, you know.
Yeah, it's chill.
You reached out to me, and you know, just asked me to be a part of it, and you know, so here I am. Like I said earlier, you know, he never really asked for much, so he don't ask much of me. So you know, yeah. So.
I'm happy you came through, and like I said, we were really looking for somebody for tonight. And it worked out. I was really excited. I was like, oh, yeah, I got to meet this guy. You're saying it's his mom that made him crazy? I thought, hey, it's a coin toss. It could have been anything. That's not what you said? You want to correct the record? You're just saying you knew he was going to be crazy as soon as he was conceived.
The thing is, mom blames her look, so everything that the kids do that's wrong is because of me. So if he's crazy, it's my fault. You know, but if you know, everything that he does,
that's a safe response. Just take
everything
it.
That he does, that's good.
Yeah,
it's because of her. So you know, if the
what's
kids
the worst
become a
that
doctor,
happens if you take it? Yeah, exactly.
Kids become a doctor, it's because of her. If they go to jail, it's my fault. So.
That's fine. All in good fun, of course. Oh boy. Well, I think I don't think this will be the last time we have you. You're more than welcome to come back another time.
Yeah.
I do want to ask, are you out there just on the highway in like fleets of motorcycle drivers now? Are we going to see you grouped up?
I mean, sometimes it you know, it just depends.
Yeah.
You know, I was actually out with a few brothers today, and it was, you know, it was just a small pack of us, like maybe 12 of us, you know, got a ride in today. So, you know, I mean, but they get bigger, you know what I mean? We, you know, if we're going, you know, 8 hours out, you know, we're gonna cross over a few different you know, cities, you know, states, you know what I mean, and we're gonna more, you know, meet up with other, you know, other members from other locations, and you know, so you know, 12 will turn into 200 real quick, you know. So.
And you're only 6 months in. I was really happy to hear you say that, because that means, I mean, I hope that means you weren't at January 6th with these people at the Capitol, but are you guys gonna, and again, I know it's all secretive, but you're not planning to go to the next Stop the Steal rally or any big major?
That's not it.
That's not it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's not the time. And also, it's good to know that it's a majority black run chapter. You know, you guys are keeping it above board, making sure none of that nonsense goes down. I'm sure. Keep control is what I'm saying. Keep control of it. Make sure that it.
It's definitely all the founders are black.
Good.
You know, so I mean,
Good.
so we can, yeah.
We can
Just keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. You know, don't worry about elections or any of that, and just go fishing, go to Walmart together. You know.
It's a big wave in Walmart, bruh. The cashiers are terrified.
How does that work? Is there like a calendar that you'll say we're going to go driving today, or is there a group chat? How do you form?
I mean, it just depends on events going on all over the world because, like, you know, I mean, it could be, you know, and if we decide, you know, we're gonna go and, you know, support the club and, you know, the chapter out in California.
Oh
you
yeah.
We'll do that.
So you're going to like meets, really? You're going to major?
Yeah, I mean, we'll do whatever. I mean, but you know, so each year, you know, like all the bike weeks, you know, from here to there, Daytona, Myrtle, you know, all those type of things, you know, so. You know, so it's a lot going on, a lot of that. So everything is already dated for us. We're either going to be a part of it or we're not.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then, you know, of course, there's always the local things that, you know, we may you know, choose to support and, you know, show up or, you know, or we're throwing parties, you know, you can show up and support. So, you know.
Now, Lorenzo Jr., this sounds like a really great opportunity to potentially bond. Is this something you have any interest in personally, biking?
I don't do motorcycles.
You don't do motorcycles?
I barely do bikes. I wasn't even riding bikes right until
25, right?
Like a few years ago. I wasn't even riding it right the whole time. Mm-hmm. So it's like, what I like on a motorcycle.
So if we're keeping track, that's your fault that he didn't know how to ride a bike? That's because of you?
He didn't want.
If the logic tracks, is that
he didn't want to. I didn't force things.
You didn't force
him, you know.
Okay.
He tried it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I put him on scooters. You know what I mean? You know, and everything, battery operated scooters and the whole nine. You know, he just it's not what he do. You know, if he feels like it's something that's, you know what I mean, he's gonna get hurt behind, and he says I don't want to do it. I never forced it.
It's not something that you are interested in whatsoever, or is it something that you think you would want to someday learn how to do?
I'm good. I got a car.
Okay, hey.
I do the little spiders, the 3-wheel things. I thought about those.
Those things look. Yeah. How do you feel about those? You know what he's talking about? Those big, bulky.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean,
is that cheating to you?
You're missing out. You're missing out.
Yeah,
it's not the same thing.
It's not the same.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely not the same. And a lot. I mean, people feel that way. But if you actually, you know what you were doing, and actually, you know, are able to get on it, and actually. You would love it, you know. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, I you know, your mom, you know, didn't, you know, she wasn't into it, you know, and you know, but she's comfortable, you know, she's comfortable today, you know. I'm not going. She's never gonna say, hey, let's go for a motorcycle ride. But if I say, hey, babe, let's go for a ride, you know, I mean, she'll go with me now, but she'll never ask for one.
Got you.
So, you know, but in the beginning, you know, and I had to get a whole new motorcycle for her to feel comfortable because, you know, the first one didn't have the back rest. You know,
so. Now you got the back and all the attachments.
The back and all that, so she's all laid back, comfortable. So you know.
So are you two riding together a lot, or sometimes?
As long I mean, yeah, definitely. If the weather's nice, you know, so you know, something that, you know, she's comfortable with, yeah, absolutely.
That's good. That's good.
You know. Yeah, I mean, because I love the ride, and and that's I think that was at the point when she knew she really had to start riding, because especially during the summer, you weren't going to see me that much. You either had to go, you got to go with me.
Yeah,
you got to go with me. You know what I mean? You only have a few months. You know what I mean, to really get comfortable rides. You know what I mean? But sometimes certain situations, when it's a little cooler, you might find yourself riding. But for the most part, those summer months, you got
to capitalize on those moments for sure. Well, hey, you know what? This has been great getting to speak with you and kind of get a feel about what you're into, how you feel about your son here. I'll give him his flowers. He's a great co-host. I couldn't ask for a better partner in crime. He helps me hold it down. He keeps me accountable. He's the reason this is still going. There's been several times where I've just kind of given up completely, and it's not worth doing. But he stays on my back about it, and because of him, this is where it is now. We got all these nice, beautiful graphics, and now we're talking to actual cool people like you on here, and not just our coworkers and fake characters. We've talked to the president. I don't know if you know. We've talked to President Trump twice now.
Twice.
That's all your son's doing. Your son. I don't have his number, but Lorenzo got the hookup with the president.
I know people,
Those people.
We'll have to check that one out.
Yeah, so I get 2 of them. So there's 2 episodes with Mr. Trump. But no, I really, this is just as much his show as it is mine. That's why he's at the front of the title, and hopefully we can keep this going for another 3 years. And real quick, I want to say too, coming up March 16th is the 3-year anniversary of our podcast. So we're going to have a special episode planned for that. Stay tuned. But it's coming up. 3 years. 3 big ones. So it's wild to think about.
I know, right? I'm trying to think of how active we've actually been within these 3 years, too.
Mm-hmm. And then there's some months where we might not have even put out a podcast at all.
Definitely.
Or maybe 1 per month, and then there's some where it's like maybe 9, 10 came out, So this has always been a little bit of a frantic thing, and it still will be, but we want to do it on a more regular basis, so at least 1 a week. There's still no recurring schedule, so you're just going to have to subscribe, turn on those notifications so you get to see exactly when we upload, but it will be once a week. Minimum, exactly. We're at the end of the show here, so we got the little advice song. If I cut you off, it's because I want to wrap it up before the song ends, and I'm going to make a habit of doing that. So if you see me winding down, that's all it is. But thank you for joining us, Mr. Taylor Sr., Mr. Lorenzo Sr. Thank you so much. We're going to get the music playing, but is there any advice that either of you would like to impart upon our listeners as we wind out here? Please.
Got anything for them?
What was that?
Just any advice you want to give to the audience or anybody listening. It could be about anything we talked about or not. Just whatever you're feeling like. You could lead us in a prayer too. I see you with your hands like.
Cherish your loved ones.
Cherish your loved ones.
Cherish your loved ones. Tomorrow's not promised.
Hey.
Actuals.
That's deep. Yeah. For real. Cherish your I don't know should we sit in silence after that? That's big.
What's it like, 30 seconds? Is it 10?
No, we got 2 minutes to sit. Is that too long to be quiet after? It's a slow creep. We can't get too profound from the top of the song, and then we have nothing to go off of.
we gotta build up. You gotta
exactly.
You gotta build the dam, starting with the smallest pieces of log.
Yeah. What could you say to somebody who wants to join a local chapter of their biker organization? Where to start?
I mean, you can talk to any member. You know, like you pointed out. I mean, you know somebody that's involved in an MC club because they have the vest on, rather it be denim or rather it be leather. You can approach any member and if you fit, what they got going on.
There we go.
Walk you on in. So.
Walk on in, say hi, introduce yourself. Fingers crossed. Have a recommendation ready, I'm sure.
Yeah, I let the bite speak for you.
And listen to the podcast. Get some intel. Get the scoop.
And some people, will walk in and tell you, that they're one person, but all at the same time, just like any, you go to a place of employment, they're gonna do a background check.
Background check. Get ready for the background check, folks.
You always want to know who's around you.
And cherish your loved ones. With that, we're out of here. Thanks for watching, folks.